Hi guys, today we're going to learn about right triangle geometry. This is a triangle. That symbol signifies a right angle. There are three different sides, A, B, and C signifies the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of a triangle. A and B, the other two shorter sides, are called the legs. And those two sides have a specific property to it. This symbol means that the angle is right, or it's 90 degrees. Right triangles are an important part to geometry, so make sure you understand this. There's one really important theorem called the Pythagorean theorem, which sounds scary as the name, but it's really not. So in a right triangle with sides A, B, and C, the theorem is that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So what does squared mean? This is exponents, and exponents simply mean multiplying a number by itself. The number that's in the top right shows how many times you should multiply it by itself. When solving for one side of the triangle, you're going to have to undo the squaring. And how do you undo that? You undo it by doing a square root. And square rooting just essentially means finding the amount of times that a number is multiplied by itself. And the square root of a squared would be a, for example. It's the inverse operation. I'm going to keep the Pythagorean theorem on the right-hand corner so that we can refer to it later on. Now I'm going to write a triangle with sides 3, 4, and 5. And this is a special pattern that appears in right triangles, so anytime you see a multiple of 3, 4, and 5, you know that it will follow the Pythagorean theorem. The two legs squared and added together will equal to the hypotenuse squared. So 3 times 3, 4 times 4 is equal to 5 times 5. So 9 plus 16 is equal to 25, and that is correct. Now we're going to try to find one of the sides, supposing that we only have sides 3 and missing leg, and the hypotenuse being 5. So how do we find the missing side? So first we have to set up the formula, which will be 3 squared plus the missing side squared is equal to 5 squared. And then after we evaluate the squareds, we subtract the 9 so that we get it to one side. And then we square root b so that we can find what b is equal to. And b is equal to 4. Now let's see what you'd have to do if you had two legs but you don't have a hypotenuse. So let's try to find for c. So we have 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to c squared. So multiply them and then add them. So 9 plus 16 is 25, and that's equal to c squared. So in order to get c by itself, you have to square root it, and square rooting it results in c being equal to 5.